I'm here with our official technician for Team Fitzgerald, Ron Gerber. Ron, so glad to have you helping us here today. Ron has been helping us with all of our fix-its for 35 years. Well, right here we got Guy's 3000, and this thing won't start and run. And I see a gasket hanging out here. What's up, Ron?
Usually if they backfire for any reason, it'll spit that gasket out there. It's part of the choke area, and then they get to starting harder because it sucks air, bypasses the choke. The choke closes off the hole, and then that lets it get air like it's only partially choked.
You need to know the number off your carburetor.
Yeah, they've all got numbers on them.
You know, Steiner has all the parts that you need for doing this stuff, most of them for sure. And this one, you know, we have a number on here that we can easily access, but like on those Marble Shufflers, they have a little tag on them, and sometimes it's up in the back, so you got to get the carburetor off to see it. And you can go on the website and identify your carburetor, and you can get the right parts by the right number on the carburetor.
And now you can get that choke to unhook it.
Now
there's the sediment bowl, and there'll be a screen, probably it's like a stack of washers in there, all that we can clean while we got the fuel turned off.
well, now it's time to disassemble this carburetor, and you got to make sure that you do this properly, because there are some things in this carburetor that you can damage taking this thing apart.
Usually needle nose pliers work good on this. You get a hold of that little pin.
Yeah, I'd rather pull it out than try and drive it out.
Well, you can't, on this one it's a blind hole. So
Oh.
it only comes out the one way. And then there's a spring that keeps it from dancing. That's what this little wound piece is. So you don't want to lose it. It's nice when you can tell them the right answer, but I don't always hit it on the nose. This is your idle jet.
You got that, guy?
It's always the closest one to where the carburetor bolts on. And usually, let's see what this one's set at. You can, before you take it apart, you go to half, a 1, a half, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4 is what this one was set at to start with. So when we go back together, we'll start with that same setting because it was running pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just hard starting, you said.
Yep.
But you can tweak that when it's warm and idling. You can play around with that at an idle. It's just a tapered to open and gets bigger as you pull this out. So, and it's been treated right. You'll get some that the end is bent right over where somebody's reefed them, or they'll cut a groove in them real deep because they've tightened it up tight.
Yeah.
So whoever's played with this one's been good to it. We could reuse this if we had to, but a lot of the kits come with those in them.
I don't know who played with it before me, but when I played with it, I was gentle.
That's a good thing. So you get them out, and you turn it to wide open so it's straight up and down, and then you can pull that right out of there. See, it's got a slot in the shaft that fits in.
Yep.
So, and there's the shaft for that. You can see how it's worn. It wears a step down in it, see it?
Yeah.
That's why they give you new ones, because then it fits, doesn't start wobbling inside there. The new ones will fill the hole up tighter.
Well, that completes the disassembly of it. Now we're going to prepare to soak this thing and clean it. Well, we got a bowl of
All
hot
right,
water
let's see
right
what
now.
she does in that. That way we'll know the new one's good. Yeah.
I see no bubbles. Turn it over. Well, I actually hold it under there.
Yeah, that might give us the best indication. Yeah, that's unusual to see a float.
No bubbles.
Like to blow out all the internal passages. That's the stuff you're trying to clean is what you can't see. So you just blow it with high pressured air and keep it out of your face. This part goes over the float and inside of it. It sets in there. And then our rod that just pushes in, and then that sets. See how low this side is?
Yes.
It should set up parallel with the rest of the body. So what I do, you can go in here with your little screwdriver and you can bend that tab down.
Getting close.
Until you get it to where you want it. And if you look at that old float, it'll have a line on it that shows
Yeah, that one's pretty level.
just about straight across. Yeah. Now, when this is up, you shouldn't be able to get anything through there. And when it's open, it blows through there. So it's opening and closing like it's supposed to.
And doing it with your mouth is better than doing it with 150 pounds of air.
Yeah, well, you
hear it.
can't tell it. Yeah. This thing stays in place because of the tab there. That pin we just pushed in, when
Yep.
this is bolted on, that keeps it from falling back
It
out.
sets against the end of
Right.
the pin.
There. Needs extra air. There's a little spring-loaded trap door that'll let it get it if it needs it. And then as she warms up, you can back off a little, and then when you're running,
Yep.
it don't restrict it at all. So far, the new parts have fit. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, I've had to take some emery cloth in the past. It's real good.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it. Now, before you tighten these all the way up, it's good to see how it, without the stop on there, you can completely fill the hole up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you set your adjustment for an idle, it'll be open about like so. But letting it close all the way, you can get it to center so it fits perfect all the way around there, and then tighten it up the rest of the way. I like to turn it until I see that open. Then I know it's gonna not idle right and shut it right off. See?
Yep, just starting to break.
So she'll have a setting there. And now the reason we took it apart in the first place
Yeah.
was this guy. There it is. Now we got our inlet. She should be ready to go on.
I've seen a lot of guys put that back on and not pay attention to that gasket getting in there right. Put the carburetor back on and have that leak.
Then it leaks all over. Yep.
Got the new gasket?
We got the gasket right here.
There we go.
Now we got a throttle linkage. Half
And then a quarter.
and quarter. We'll start with it right where it was.
So you get a new idle mixture screw in there.
Yes, because a lot of times they are
Yeah.
tore up.
There we go. Listen to that bad boy first. that is how we rebuild a Holley carburetor on a Ford 3000. But basically, everything that you saw us do on this carburetor applies to any other carburetor that you would have on your tractors. Like my M and my H both have international carburetors on them, but a lot of times they'll have a Zenith or
Marvel Shebler. A lot of the antique cars had them on
Yeah.
it too. Yeah.
basic thing, but you can get the information from the catalog on the website. You go on the website, Steiner's website, and they will show you how to identify your carburetor. There's tabs on there. Sometimes it has rust on it. You got to clean that off. Sometimes you have to take the carburetor off to get to that, so
Sometimes
you can
it's
see that.
right in the casting.
Yeah, right in the casting,
But
and
that's
it's
a
corroded.
nice kit they provide there.
Yep.
I was
But
impressed.
they have an awesome kit, and hopefully what we've shown you here today will help you to be able to do your own. And Ron, it's such a privilege to have you helping us do this.
It's fun.
Next time you see this tractor, we will be putting in a food plot. So stay tuned.